And we start today with a story from the Verified team that may answer some questions some of you out there still have. Thanks so much for being with us, by the way, for the town hall. I'm Kate Welshofer. And it's one thing to have those questions answered by somebody on TV. It is another to get those answers in person. So that's what the Verified team did with one concerned mother. Reporter Adam Longo takes us along tonight.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, reports that 197.4 million Americans have gotten a COVID-19 vaccine so far. That's nearly 60% of the U.S. population. So what about the other 40% of America?
We're at Inova Fairfax Hospital in Falls Church with Shannon Lazowski. And Shannon, we brought you here because you have some questions about the vaccine. You're unvaccinated. What sort of things are you hoping to learn today?
You know, just the long-term effects. It's hard as a single parent that I have 2 kids. I heard that there's a lot of possible medical symptoms here you might experience.
Doctor, greetings.
Hey.
Adam Longo.
Nice to meet you.
Our first expert, Dr. Sam Al-Gawli, Director of Clinical Excellence and Patient Flow at Inova.
What are some key questions that you have?
I was told a couple times that people have gotten sick after maybe the first or second dose. So I'm a single parent, so I have to make sure I'm prepared what to expect after getting the vaccination.
It's a pretty common concern. It's pretty much exactly the same as kind of the reactions you'd get with other vaccines. You know, things like fevers, chills, you'll feel crummy. Now, not everybody gets these symptoms. Really extremely rare that it would be anything past what I just described. And usually you'll start feeling it like the 12 hours after, maybe up to 24 hours. I wouldn't worry about anything past an inconvenience. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
There's so much information out there. And one of the toughest things is how to sift in all this noise and social media, what is real and what is not real. This one in particular, I mean, the vaccine's almost magical in the effect that it's had.
Sure.
It's been amazing. I mean, really, I can't tell you in medicine, it's not common to see something that definitively make a difference, as I have seen with this vaccine. It's been an inspiration, honestly, to see something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful and information to learn.
We spoke to our next expert on Zoom from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Dr. Arnold Monto, acting chair of the Food and Drug Administration's Vaccine Committee.
So Shannon, are there any questions that you'd like to ask him?
As far as, you know, long-term effects or side effects, that's majority of my concern.
Well, the fact is that by now, millions and millions of people worldwide have received the vaccine. It is safe. The side effects are exceedingly rare. If there were real concerns, they would have showed up by now, because vaccines typically, if you're going to have side effects, they're typically in the first 6 weeks.
There have been a lot of concerns put out into the public space. People saying this was developed so fast and it got emergency use authorization so fast. How can I trust that?
We've got a pandemic. We've got a lot of people sick and dying, and we want to control it. Therefore, the only corners that were cut was in the original approvals when we didn't wait for the usual 6 months of follow-up. We approved with 2 months of follow-up, and the risk of getting COVID is so much higher than the benefit of vaccination.
I followed up with Shannon about a week later.
So Shannon, after hearing all of the information that you got from the doctors and you being able to ask the questions that you wanted to ask, do you feel like you're more informed now?
Well, I definitely feel like I'm more informed. My questions were answered. It was definitely nice to get face-to-face with the doctor and not just hear everything on, you know, social media. I think it was a beneficial experience for me because I definitely feel more reassured, and I actually plan on getting my vaccination sometime this week or next week.
Thank you so much for coming along with us and agreeing to do this, and best of luck for you and your family.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you to Adam as well. If you've got something you want us to verify, there are a couple of ways to get in touch. You can send an email to verify@WGRZ.com or send a text to our Text 2 line. It's 716-849-2220.